Hey, colleagues. Thank you for coming. We'll get ready to get started. We have one bill, 3 witnesses. You want to call your panel? And,
I think that's all I've got today. I thought Mr. Von Lehman might be here. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for inviting me today rather than a couple days from now. And my apologies to everyone else that I'm the only bill that you have today. So keep it short, and maybe the questions will be short too. I'm here in support of House Bill 1420, cybersecurity. Currently, it's named Office of People's Counsel, Public Service Commission, Public Service Companies, Public Service Commissions, and the Maryland Cybersecurity Council, but we're taking out the OPC. This legislation came to me.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this.
Yeah, you have to start over because you didn't even kick things off, did you?
No, I don't mind that. I just need you to say your name when you start off.
Oh my God, I've never done that ever.
That's fine. I just said it.
For the record, Delegate Kaiser, I always thought that was an awkward thing that people say at hearings. All right, well. All right, there you go. Chair Wilson and esteemed members of the committee, I'm here for House Bill 1420. This bill came to me as part of being a part of the cybersecurity joint committee that we have here, joint committee between the House and Senate. The young man next to me reached out to us about the legislation, and we've reached out to some others about it, and hopefully there's some written testimony and support. As drafted, the bill requires the Office of People's Counsel to hire cybersecurity experts for public service companies to assess their critical software cybersecurity certifications to be submitted to the OPC, and to incorporate standard definitions of critical software, supply chain risk, zero trust, cyber resilience, and critical infrastructure. And that last point is probably the most important, Mr. Chairman, is that we don't have really strong definitions in these areas, and it's something that we need to do moving forward. I have sent amendments to the committee. I don't think they're in people's system. We didn't have them in time to remove the OPC staffing and reporting requirements to better align with the purpose of the OPC, and instead have them authorized to retain cybersecurity expertise. This legislation also really was generated from the 2021 report from the Attorney General's Office and the Maryland Cybersecurity Council. And in that report, they had a lot of recommendations on how to support our electric grid. And some of the broader recommendations from the report were adopted last year, with several important standard definitions were omitted. I'll cut out the last part of my testimony, but just to say we're just trying to update this, trying to make sure that we are resilient to cyber attacks, that our public service companies are resilient as well. And I urge a favorable report on House Bill 1420, and I'll turn it over to Neil Gattori.
Chair Wilson, Vice Chair Crosby, and other members of this committee, thank you for the platform to speak today. My name is Neil Gattori, and I'm a junior at River Hill High School in Howard County. Now, when I sent the rudiments of HB 1420 to Delegate Kaiser's office this fall, I wanted to build off last year's HB 969, also known as the Critical Infrastructure Cybersecurity Act, which brought important cybersecurity practices to Maryland's critical infrastructure. This bill adds to HB 969 in 3 main ways. Number 1, it clarifies the terms appearing in Public Utilities Article 5-306 and State Government Article 9-2901, creating a clear and adaptive standard for the stakeholders maintaining the cybersecurity of our grid. Number 2, it emphasizes cyber resilience as a key goal for the Public Service Commission. And 3, it provides the Office of People's Counsel with the capability to participate in cybersecurity rulemaking. Keeping on with the third point, on page 2 of the bill, lines 9 to 31, and page 3, lines 1 to 3, the bill currently requires OPC to have a person on staff for cybersecurity and gives that person many, many roles, substantially changing almost all of 2-203's of the Public Utilities article. This is not what was originally intended. All that needs to change is just section F1 of 2-203, and it needs to include cybersecurity expertise in the list of technical expertise that the OPC can hire as needed, the same as transportation specialists, botanists, meteorologists, or what have you. In addition, on page 4, lines 26 to 27, they need to have their mention of OPC stricken. This amendment would bring down the fiscal note for this bill substantially. With my remaining time, I just want to say this. Last year, HB 969 passed through this committee and eventually became law. The act before you today is nothing but the natural evolution of the vision and mission of HB 969, guided by the and developments of this field. Once amended, please vote favorably. Thank you.
He did better than I did.
Neil, I have a question, sir. So you said that as amended, the fiscal note would be driven down sufficiently, correct?
Yes.
So basically, my understanding that what all you want is for the OPC to have the ability to get involved in the cybersecurity and get an analyst if necessary. It's not asking for anybody to pay for it right now, correct?
Exactly. It just opens them up to be able to do it.
Okay. And you think that's important for the mission as far as protecting our grid?
I think so. I think that the people should be represented when we do cybersecurity rulemaking, and there should be someone to represent the people's voice when there's an attack on the grid or there's some big thing going on with the PSC.
Okay, and when you said the people's voice, that's why you believe that the OPC needs to be involved in this, right?
Correct. And that was one of the recommendations given by that 2021 report from the Attorney General.
And so you believe that this would like get us where we're supposed to be?
Part of the way there.
I mean,
yeah.
Right. We're on the direction where we need to be.
Yes, sir.
You did a great job, young man. Young lady, you also did a great job. I do see a question. Delegate Weigel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the amendment's not in our system. How does it drive the fiscal note down?
So instead of requiring the OPC to hire a cybersecurity person and have them do all these different roles, it just, whenever it's time and it's needed for them to hire a cybersecurity person, they can hire it. So instead of like requiring them to do it, it just lets them do it when they need to.
So is the bill still requiring I guess an assistant or not?
No, it would not be requiring an assistant. It would be allowing them to purchase one when they need to.
So the amendment no longer requires the assistant position either?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Leave, and then when you need them again, you hire another contractor. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And Delegate, thank you for answering all of our questions.
Thank you. Yeah, I did so well, right?
There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much, this panel. And colleagues, that ends our work for today. We do have an event today, I believe it's 7, actually. Is it 7? See if we can get a few people there. And then do we have subcommittees today? Please, anybody who wants to make an announcement, go ahead.
Didn't do this on the floor, so let's see, I didn't know how long this would last. So we're going to meet the banking, commercial law, and consumer protection meeting after this hearing. I wanted to know, did you want like a break before we start, or like a 5 or 10 minute break, or what? Start at 2? I don't know about that. I mean, what do you want to do? What's your pleasure? What do you want? Because I don't know if you all had your lunch or whatever. What do you want to do? Yeah, okay. Well, let's at least do a let's start 10 till. And for those who are here, the bill or the 2 earned wage bills, one from the delegate and one for department, we will do that one, those last together. So you can schedule a time accordingly. Okay, thanks.